8:40 here on the Big 550 KTRS. Jennifer Williams has been a friend of the show for years. And what, for the last year or so, you've been our small business guru? Is that right, maybe?
Like a year and a half.
Okay, yeah. So before we get to the official segment here, I want to tell you that you have inspired me, and Kelly Jackson has inspired me. I was the only person in this studio who did not have a small business. So guess what? I opened up a small business.
You did, McGraw. Well, good morning, number one. And
Yeah.
What is the business?
Well, it's Organized Closet Company. No. Somebody came to me a couple weeks ago and asked me about advertising for their company. And what he does is, this man was a police officer, and long story short, he wanted to spend more time with the family. So he started to research roofs and realized that roofs get really dirty. Not just dirty with dust, but dirty with mold and algae and mildew and all that. That's all the black streaks that you see. So he came into the studio, or came into the station, and wanted to see if I would advertise for him. And so I was, while researching whether or not I was going to advertise for him, I started asking all these questions, and he's a brand new company here in St. Louis, and he just started franchising. So I was like, well, how much are these franchises? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? So yesterday, I pulled the trigger, and I am now an owner of a roof renewal system franchise, the very first one.
Congratulations, McGraw. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So now I'm petrified.
When are you going to squeeze this in?
Right between traffic and weather, from the St. Louis Closet Company, traffic and weather at 7:20, 20 after 7. Believe it or not, it's a perfectly run small business that I can run it out of my house. It involves a truck and I hire some guys, but it's not labor intensive. I can sort of do it on, quote unquote, on the side, and sort of, people need to clean their roofs. It makes your roof last longer and it makes it look nice as opposed to those terrible black streaks or whatever else. So I'm going to do it on the side, like Kelly does her dog stuff on the side.
Now, do you have a specific territory in St. Louis?
I do. Well, I can go anywhere. But I have a protected territory in St. Charles, so I have basically all of St. Charles. But I can go anywhere.
Okay.
I mean they have a franchise. It's their company-owned store here, everywhere else, and then I'm the first franchise in the group, if you will. Now here's the other thing. Listen to this. So I went to John Beal, my roof guy, and I was like, "What's this all about?" So John Beal looked at it, and they're like, "That's a great idea. Can we partner up?" So we've partnered with John Beal so that when we get a call and we get up on the roof and the roof's not dirty, but they need some fixing, we send that to John Beal. John Beal, gets up on a roof, says, your roof's fine, it's just dirty. He'll send it to us.
Well, I've never cleaned my roof, and I've lived there for 14 years, so
Wow.
maybe we need you in Kirkwood.
Well, but I mean, it's one thing to get the leaves off of your roof. That's not the cleaning we're talking about. But, it's not a power wash. It's the algae and the mold eat the roof away. And whether it's a flat roof or a metal roof or a shingled roof or a cedar shingled roof, the mold eats the roof. So you want to clean it off so that the roof lasts longer.
I think that's awesome.
Who
Yeah.
knew?
So
well,
there you go.
You need a St. Louis Closet Company home office in your home, since you're going to be running the business out of your
That's
home.
very good.
So we need to come in and install a beautiful home office system for you.
Yes, the roof renewal system office sponsored by St. Louis Closet Company.
Exactly.
But it goes to, it goes to one. At some point, you just have to throw your hat over the roof or over the wall and say, I'm doing this, right? I mean, many people I talk to, my bankers, my friends, my confidants, my inner circle, they brought up 1,000 reasons not to do it. But ultimately, in the end, it was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And so you have to it's a leap of faith. Any business, when you start, is a leap of faith.
Absolutely. Well, and you have to be able to take risks. And opening a business is a huge risk. At no matter what age you are, no matter where you are financially, no matter what else you have going on in your life, opening a small business it's a big deal and it's a big risk. And you know what? Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Right.
But if you didn't take that risk, you'd always wonder,
Right.
could I have made it happen? Would I have been happier doing this? So I think that's awesome.
So there you go.
I think that's great.
So we'll see. So now I'm really paying attention when you talk about small businesses.
Oh, great.
And I'll say, these taxes on these small businesses, man, they're killing us, man.
He's hanging on to your every word, Jennifer.
Taxes and licenses will kill you. Will kill you. But, I mean, what we were going to talk about today is awesome for you, especially a business like that. I was going to talk today about, blogging, Facebooking, writing newsletters, and sort of how small businesses really need to use these tools to educate customers. And these are the type of tools that you don't want to use to maybe sell your product, but educate people. And this new business of yours would be perfect because there's so many things there that the consumer doesn't know.
Right.
Why do I need to clean my roof? I didn't know there was algae on my roof. Show me pictures of what it looks like before and after.
Right.
And once you start blogging and Facebooking about things like this that maybe relate somehow to your business, but they're really giving out information, it causes you to become the expert. And you want customers and future customers to consider you the expert.
Right.
And anything you can do, blogging and Facebooking. And I know Kelly has a blog, and I have a blog, and hopefully, McGraw, you're going to have one soon.
Oh, I got a blog.
Let's get blogging. We all say the same thing. We say, I don't have time. I haven't updated my blog in so long. I don't have time. And then you get on there, and all of a sudden you find yourself on Facebook looking at your friends' wedding pictures and their kids' pictures. And then all of a sudden you're on Twitter reading stuff about the Cardinals. And then all of a sudden an hour's gone by, and you're like, I don't have time to blog now. So social media is free,
right?
But it's your time. So you have to really get a regiment down and say, okay, every Wednesday morning from 8 to 9, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to blog, I'm going to update my website, I'm going to do a Facebook post, whatever it is, and take that time because it isn't free. It's your time. But you want to use that opportunity to get out your information. And you want to be careful because on a blog or a Facebook post, of course, if you're running a special or you have something to feature, that's great. But you don't want to always be selling.
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line. You want to become an expert. You want to, not be pressuring people. You want to be disseminating information. Once again, become the expert in your field. And in your field, I mean, I have had a house now for quite a while.
Right.
My husband and I have some rental properties, and I've never heard of this.
Right.
So for me, I would want to do a lot of research. I would want to find out about roof cleaning.
Right.
I would want to see, is there, how will this affect my roof? And, is it free? Do you offer estimates? How much does it cost?
Right.
So you want to find out information. And since I've never heard of a company that does that, it may be one of the first companies in St. Louis.
It's first company I have not heard of it either. That's why I was so fascinated by it. And the only thing I saw was Tommy Silva from This Old House, or Ask This Old House, like 4 or 5 years ago. Somebody went up on, he was like, hey, I got all this black mold and algae on my roof. What do I do? And so there was a segment on This Old House 5 years or so ago on it. So you're right. I mean, it's sort of this new thing, but you drive around. And now I bet after you drive around, after you know about it, you'll drive around.
Noticing.
You'll start noticing, look at those black streaks on that guy's roof.
I know. I guarantee my husband's right now going, okay, we need to look at all the apartment roofs and see if we got black algae. But you're in a perfect position to become the expert in St. Louis or maybe beyond St. Louis for a new product, a new service. And why do I need it? You want to tell me why I need it. You want to show me, some of the best blog posts are before and afters.
Right.
Like, look what this roof or this closet looked like before and look what we did after.
So there are people listening, and I've run into these people who own small businesses who say, I don't really get Twitter. I don't really understand Facebook. It doesn't matter if you get it. Your customers get it. And so your customers are there. Why wouldn't you take 10 minutes or 15 minutes to figure it out? It's free, and you're promoting your business.
Absolutely. And there's and blogging and websites and Instagram and on and on and on. And the wonderful thing about a lot of this social media is it's linked together. So let's just say you don't have a lot of time and you have time to maybe make one post on one place, put it on the place that links to 3 other. Like my Instagram account, if I post something on there, it automatically shows up in my Twitter feed and it shows up on my Facebook account. That's huge. So I only had to post it in one place. Also, we have a blog on our website. And that's really, really important. When you get a website for your business, you want to incorporate the blog into the homepage of your website, because the search engines out there in the world put your website in a higher search position based on how often you refresh and change your
Content,
homepage
right.
and your content. So if you're updating your blog once a week, the search engines are looking at you as if, oh, this is a new website. Every week it's updated, it's refreshed. So your regular website stays the same unless
Right.
you have a major change, but your blog posting is changing every week or every other day or however often you're doing it. So all of a sudden, then your website comes up really high in the search engines. So that's huge.
Yeah, no,
And you don't have
excellent.
to be a techie to
No.
do any of this stuff, right?
No, not at all. You need, for me, because I am very not a techie, I had somebody come in and design and update our whole website for us. But I said I want my blog on the homepage and I want all these things hooked together.
Right.
And guess what? I do one blog post, boom, it goes out to all of my social media sites.
Right. That's the way to do it.
So
Jennifer Williams, St. Louis Closet Company, my small business guru. What's going on with St. Louis Closet Company?
St. Louis Closet Company, we're hiring designers.
Fantastic.
We need designers. So
Wow.
hopefully anybody listening, our designers are the ones that go into your home and they measure and they inventory your clothes and they sit down and they design the closet for you
Right.
and help you with your selections of color and hardware. And the last 7 years, most home improvement industries and the home market, it's been struggling,
Mhm.
and we're finally seeing things come around. So we were really fortunate. We never had to lay anybody off, but we're in a position now of growth, and it's so exciting.
That's fantastic.
So we're really looking to hire 2 new designers to add to our sales force. And
30 seconds. What does a designer bring to the table? What are you looking for in a designer?
well, they need to have a little bit of design experience, whether or not it was, design experience in college
Right.
with an AutoCAD
But
class or
You can
something.
teach them a lot of stuff.
We do all the training.
Gotcha.
They have to be comfortable, going into the customer's home and spending, an hour or so with them.
Right.
And the great thing about our designers is they can work when they want. They can work part-time or full-time. They can work evenings and weekends or just during the day. So all 10 of my designers right now are all what you would maybe consider part-time.
Right.
And they work around their kids' schedules. They work around
So it's perfect for that.
vacations.
Right. Yeah.
It's really, really a great job.
Call you at St. Louis Closet Company?
St. Louis Closet Company, or they can email info@stlouisclosetco.com.
Spring special still going on?
It is, and I extended it
Uh-huh.
by 3 weeks because all of a sudden I realized I had it expiring on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend, which is not good, and people were getting pressured.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it was WashU graduation, and then it was the high school graduations. So we bumped the spring special expiration date back to June 13th.
18% off still?
18% off. Yeah.
Deal of the year, 18% off. Murphy Beds as well?
Definitely Murphy Beds.
St. Louis Closet Company, one of the good ones for all of your closet needs, St. Louis Closet Co. And thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You got it. It's Jennifer Williams, St. Louis Closet Company, or St. Louis Closet Co.